Now that their joint efforts against ISIS in Iraq are over, Iraqi Shiites and Sunnis have turned their guns on Iraqi Kurds. Iraqi federal troops, along with an Iranian-backed militia, have seized the city of Kirkuk and nearby oil fields from the Kurds. Thousands have fled the area because of the fighting between those forces and Kurdish Peshmerga troops. Joining us with more is Kurdish analyst Awad Mustafa. He's a consultant to government and business leaders in Kurdistan. He's been heavily involved in humanitarian relief in Iraq and Syria. Awad, what can you tell us about the current situation in Iraqi Kurdistan? We understand there was fighting in Kirkuk and the surrounding area. What happened?
The Iraqi government, the Haider Abadi, ordered the Shia militia group, which is heavily backed by Iranian Revolutionary Guard, as well as the Iraqi military. By the way, the Iraqi military now, majority of them are Shia militias. So they entered to Kirkuk. The Kurdish Peshmerga did not want to fight, and then they really clearly said many times in the past, we do not want to have a further bloodshed in Kurdistan, between the Kurd and Arab. However, they took advantage of this, and by also having a silence from international community, particularly in America. So they took control of oil field of Kirkuk. Then further, today and last night, also they went up to Sanjar Mountains, Sununes, and other parts of the country were being liberated by Peshmerga. Remember, it's almost 10,000 Peshmerga wounded, 3,000 Peshmerga was killed to defeat ISIS and to drive ISIS from that area. At that time, there was no Iraqi government. The Iraqi government really had bases and have no existence in those areas. So now the entire area is under control of the Iraqi government, and then we are expecting, truly it's another catastrophic humanitarian event which will probably witnessing very soon.
Well, already thousands of people have fled their homes for Erbil. And before I ask you to comment on that, let's listen to what some of the evacuees had to say as they left Kirkuk.
The kids were terrified, and we were afraid that there would be crashes and mortars would fall on us. I have kids. We are very sad because we are leaving, but we have been sold out. We've been sold out, my brother. Kirkuk has been sold out.
So what will happen to these displaced Kurds?
Well, so far it's hundreds of thousands of people from Kirkuk have fled because, guys, remember, still the people are 1.9 million people, IDPs and refugees. 300,000 are refugees from Syria, but the rest of it are IDPs from other parts of the country. They are not willing really go back to their home. It's not because lack of medicines, waters, and reconstructions of their home, because the lack of security and the future uncertainty. The people who are now in charge of the Sunni area, Arab Sunni area, they are Shia militias backed by Iranian. In fact, the Qasem Soleimani, he's the most senior member of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. He's in charge of the entire operation against the, earlier against ISIS, now against Sunnis, then later Sunnis, now against Kurds. So the people already know what's going to happen to them, because there is an ethnic cleansing, if you like it or not. This is, I hope this is not we come to this stage, but we're going to see it later as we see the international community are not really doing anything about it. So the people already have a witness, already they have experience with the Iraqi government and with the Shia militias in the past. The people of Kirkuk already fled because they know they're going to be persecuted today or tomorrow. The head of the police commander of Kirkuk, which is a Kurdish ethnically Kurd, he tried to respond to one of the reporters in Kurdish. They stopped him. The military and then other high-ranking member of Iraqi government publicly stopped him. They say, you are not allowed to speak Kurdish anymore. This is Kirkuk, this is Iraqi territory. So imagine if they publicly they stop one of the senior member of their own government to stop to speak Kurdish. What are they going to do to the ordinary people?
And when you talk about ethnic cleansing, that seems like it's reverting back to what it was under Saddam Hussein, when he actually killed many Kurds and forced them out of Kirkuk. Now I want you to listen to what President Trump said about this situation Monday afternoon. Listen to this.
We don't like the fact that they're clashing. We're not taking sides, but we don't like the fact that they're clashing. Well, let me tell you, we've had for many years very good relationship with the Kurds, as you know, and we've also been on the side of Iraq. Even though we should have never been in there in the first place, we should never have been there, but we're not taking sides in that battle, John.
So I know many Kurds feel like they were used to defeat ISIS in Iraq and now in Syria. So is the U.S. now walking away from our friends, the Kurds?
We've been friends yesterday. We were friends today. We're going to be friends tomorrow. However, the friendship really, we're not going to last. We're not going to exist. And if the President Trump's not We're not asking him to take a side. What we're asking him is the weapon that is given to the Iraqi government by the American not to use against the Kurds and their own people, to stop Iraqis to use the American weapon against the Kurdish people. That's important that everybody should know. M16 gun is being used against civilian and Peshmergas. Other entire military hardware that the Shia militias backed by Iranian are taking advantage of the Kurdish people because we don't really have a friend. Now, what the Iranian would say is the Kurds are a copy of Zionists and we're not going to let another territories be invaded by Israel. That's not really the case. Kurdistan is belong to the Kurdistani people, not just the Kurdish people, for the people who live in Kurdistan, whether they are Yazidi, Christian, Kirkuk, Muslim, Arab, or Kurd. You know, we were told many times in the past by the American enemy, not by the American friend, by American enemy, don't trust Americans. One day they're going to let you down. We never believed, we still don't believe in this. We are hoping very soon the State Department, the White House, the Pentagon, policymakers, senators, congressmen, people, Anglican, Christians, everyone, to understand what's going on. We were a friend yesterday. We fought against ISIS, Islamic extremism. What we have now is we've been rewarded by collective punishment. Airspace is closed. The entire borders is closed. The people are under embargoes. The people has been killed, assassinated. You know, the Iraqi militia group yesterday beheaded Peshmerga. That's what's the difference. So how can we differentiate the Shia group with the ISIS? But what we are saying is the friendship cannot be one way. It has to be both way. And then this is the most crucial, dangerous time of our history. America has to do something about it.
Okay, Awad Mustafa, we thank you for your insights and appreciate you taking the time. We'll see what happens. God bless you.
Thank you, Gary, for having me. God bless you.